In this video, Zach talks about Kevin Holland's metacarpal fracture injury out of UFC Fight Night Orlando against Wonderboy Thompson. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see if his predictions were right.
So over the weekend, we had UFC Fight Night Holland versus Thompson, and it ended after the fourth round when Kevin Holland's corner called a stop to the fight due to Kevin Holland potentially breaking his hand. Thanks for joining me for another Keep Rolling injury breakdown. I'm Zach, and here's what happened. So you can see early on in the fight, Kevin Holland throws a pretty powerful right hand, and it connects with Wonderboy's forehead. The commentators then start mentioning that he's not throwing that hand as often. Okay, what's potentially happened is that as Kevin Holland has connected, he's fractured some of the metacarpals in his hand. So the metacarpals are the long bones in the hand. They connect the wrist to the fingers. They're really important for providing a strong, stable fist. You can then see later on in the fight, he's not throwing that right hand, and Wonderboy has been punishing him with some kicks. He's defended a few of them, blocked a few of them, but they are taken, or at least a few of them are taken on that hand. So what's going to happen next? He's going to get an x-ray. What they're looking at in the x-ray is to determine how many fractures there are, the location of the fractures, and if there's any rotation or displacement of those fractures. And then that's going to determine the next step. So if there's only one or two, they're minimally displaced, he's probably going to be put in a cast for 6 to 8 weeks, or a splint for 6 to 8 weeks. If, however, those fractures involve the articular surfaces, if there are a fair few of them, or if they are quite displaced, he's potentially going to need to have a surgery. And you can imagine that for a fighter, your hands are pretty important. You need to be able to throw a good punch. You also need to be able to grapple. Based off what I've seen and how the fight played out, I would probably predict he's going to get a surgery. However, we'll see. Hopefully, moving forwards, Kevin Holland can get back from this injury. It is a significant injury. As we said, the hand is a really important part of fighting, and even outside of that, just day-to-day life. So hopefully he recovers well. Hopefully we see him again. And that's about it. Keep rolling.